This is about the completion of the presidency of my predecessor, Mr. Howard Spierer. How important is it that he would be sandwiched between the man who gave him the job and the man he handed it off to? Howard, we have a place in the middle for you. In a few words, come on, come on. Howard!
For those who don't know me, my name is Rich O'Keefe, and I was the president of MDI before Mr. Spierer. And there's a few jobs in our organization that are really misunderstood by most people. And the job of president is actually the least powerful man in MDI with the most effect. And the job of being the president is to finish the job that your predecessor started and couldn't. I was able to give that gift to Mr. Folks, who's standing there with the camera. And Howard was able to give that gift to me of finishing the job that I started. Thank you, Howard.
We have two things for Mr. Spierer, and I'm going to have Rich present the first one.
The men of MDI, and in turn their families and communities, thank Howard Spierer for his vision, courage, and love while serving as president of MDI 2008 to 2010. Viva Las Vegas, viva LD.
2 years later, Howard passed on the least powerful position in MDI, and I thought I was getting power. I was wrong. It was actually true. One of the things noteworthy for Howard, more than anything, and the reason we're doing this tonight, is because we're all here tonight. We're all at a convention. And I don't know how many of you have noticed as you're walking around, there's some quotes on stands. One of them is from Walt Disney. It says something like, if you can dream it, you can do it. It probably isn't exactly right, but that's the essence of it. This convention was a dream of Howard Spierer. We're here for our third year because of the greatness of his vision, the leadership of MDI during his tenure term in office, and what an honor it is to follow such a great man. We have that gift, and we also have something else for Howard, which is a bracelet. It's made of a pewter-like material, and on it are four symbols, four archetypes of legacy discovery, which you represent all of, especially the king. The warrior, the lover, and you truly are a magician, which is the reason they put your name on the inside of the bracelet.
this is when I came into this organization, I loved the spotlight. You couldn't take it away from me. I'm really uncomfortable being up here right now. I really hate having 200 eyes looking at me.
400.
I'm not really good at math. It shows you I'm nervous. You know, I hear a lot of men talk about how being in this organization has helped them, you know, create great careers and earn a lot of money and build a business. I suspect I'm one of the few men in this organization who actually, by virtue of my participation, I make less money than I did when I joined. And, you know, the great thing about that is what I got in return is I got my humanity. You know, before I joined this organization, I used to work for a really large, powerful law firm in New York City, representing a shitload of scumbags. I apologize to the kids, but you know, these are the kind of people that you had to pay a lot of money to somebody to represent so they can go home at night and sleep with themselves. And when I joined this organization, I joined because this man, Johnny Ray, who had been in a play I had written that was done off Broadway, you know, saw me in a restaurant one day. He says, "You got to do this thing. It's like doing open heart surgery without the anesthesia." And way back then, you know, I was very much an adrenaline junkie, and that kind of, you know, hit right into my wheelhouse, and so I did it. You know, I did my men's weekend, and quite frankly, I wasn't terribly impressed with it. And it might be sacrilegious, but the thing I got was the love I had for men that had been missing in my life for a really long time. And I know when I was in that weekend, I just felt home being with men. And since then, I've had the opportunity to be with a lot of men. And I've had a lot of jobs in this organization. The thing I loved about being president is it's given me the opportunity to go from region to region to region and just be one of the men. Not be the president, just be there with my men, our men, just be in a relationship with them. And I used to envy when I first came into the organization these men who could really cry at the drop of a hat, because I had never cried, ever. And one of the gifts I got by being here is I became in touch with my emotions. And I began to realize that it was okay for me to allow my emotions to take hold of me for a moment, be present to it, be in the moment, and just do what I needed to do to just express myself. And for a really long time before I came here, I didn't allow that to happen. I was too busy being powerful, being perfect, and having it all together. And this organization has taught me the beauty of allowing myself to be imperfect and be okay with that. And I really want to thank all the men and the women who I, you know, had the opportunity to get into a relationship over 14 years. I don't even know how long it is anymore. You know, this is the longest commitment in my life after my marriage. And I've been married for 24 years to an incredible wife. And we have this amazing 16-year-old daughter who, by virtue of my involvement in this organization, has one of the healthiest relationships with men any 16-year-old I've ever seen could ever have. She gets us, she gets me. She probably understands me better than my wife does. You know, and to me, it's a great joy to see the way she's able to be confident in the world and be herself. And that's the gift that all the men who have come to my house year after year and just done offsites and just been there with her and modeled the way of what it looks like to be with men who are just mature, okay in their skin. They don't need to prove anything. They're okay being who they are. And, you know, it's been amazing because, you know, I got multiple sclerosis about 16 years ago, and one of my daughter's friends asked her, she goes, "Do you need to talk about your father's illness?" And she was like, "What are you talking about? My father's fine." And she got that by seeing the way that all of you react to me and give me the opportunity to just be okay with the way I am. And that's a gift that, you know, all the money in the world and all the money I left on the table by leaving a law firm to take a job that would allow me to give to this organization. You can't put a price on that. So thank you. you know, and one of the great things about former presidents is they should be seen and not heard. So I really want you to get that now that I'm complete, I get to just stand back and just be another man in the circle. And that's where I've always loved to be. So I'm really looking forward to getting back into that place. And I want to thank you for the gift of allowing me to find my humanity and allow me to just stand up here and, you know, be on the verge of tears and be okay with that. So thank you.